Welcome back to a brand new episode of Private Parts with me, Liv Bentley. This is the podcast where nothing is off limits. Joining me this week on the sofa of Private Parts is Hannibal Lecter. Way!
I'm here.
It is, in fact, our glorious Dr. Motox, who looks like he's got a pair of dirty panties strapped to his face. I think that's actually frowned upon.
I can confirm they're not dirty panties. I'm going to get cancelled. But if you want a pair of my dirty panties,
show me your panties.
I bought you one.
They do look, I mean, for anyone listening and not watching, Mo has appeared in one of Kim Kardashian's strap-ons.
Maybe not a strap-on. I don't think that's how she markets it.
Strap onto your face.
A facelifting device,
A facelifting device. Wait, we have to talk about this quick.
But I must mention, it's not actually Kim Kardashian's one because that sold out everywhere. I couldn't get one.
Explain this to me. So one goes to bed at night with, actually, if you are listening, it feels a bit like your Skims knickers. One's Skims knickers. That's what it feels like. But
I would have thought so.
You put it on your face, you look completely ridiculous.
I do look ridiculous.
One would look ridiculous.
I may or may not look snatched at the end of this episode.
Do they work?
No.
They don't?
No. So this is a bit of a fad. So Kim Kardashian's one has collagen threads inside it. And I think she's trying to allude to the fact that it makes you produce collagen through fabric, which makes no sense scientifically. What a crock of shit.
I'm sorry to say it.
We love you, Kim K, but that is a crock of shit.
Do you think there will be a day where people just get bored of releasing crap? I
don't think so, because it's sold out.
But I know, but
they're 50 quid each. It's sold out. This one's £1 from Amazon if you are interested in buying one.
I did an advert once for a company that did them years ago, and it was sort of like a sheet mask material. They asked me to record the advert wearing it. I couldn't even open my mouth. I sent them the content. It was me going...
Did it make it anywhere?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't even make it onto my grid. I'm joking. But I mean, listen, each to your own. If you want to go to bed and do the morning shed in the morning.
Listen, absolutely fine. It's not going to do any harm. But the idea is this lifts everything and sculpts everything overnight because you're wearing it for how many hours you're sleeping. So it lifts, it sculpts, and it makes everything look snatched.
Just know that you probably won't get laid.
You're definitely not going to get... someone's into everything nowadays. You never know.
That's true. It's a sick society out there, isn't it?
So the idea is you put it on, you strap it up. It reduces the amount of... It improves your lymphatic drainage. So everything drains, everything looks sculpted, everything looks lifted by the time you take it off. So this was actually started by surgeons after surgery. And after surgery... it does work because it stops the fluid retaining in your face. Yeah. So it helps the healing process post-surgery. So I don't know if Kris Jenner did use it or not. So I can't even talk with this on.
I know, that's why I'm not even attempting to put it on.
And because it reduces fluid retention, it just helps to heal things a bit quicker. And I think then the idea was taken to wear it overnight to keep things lifted. So yes, initially you will wake up snatched with this on, but after about an hour, when your skin relaxes and everything goes back to normal, you will look exactly the same as you did the night before.
So this is the thing with so many different products. How much stuff works and actually lasts? So like I bought this gua sha, is that how you say it? From Aldi. How much was it again? Sorry?
£3 that was.
£3. But this is something you have to do every day.
Every single day. So yes, so your little £3 device there will actually work. I actually think gua shas are quite good.
Explain the science behind all this, because that's to do with lymphatic stuff, isn't it?
So our face is made, we've got loads of pipe work all over our face.
You might have to take it off. I can't, it just looks like the nude underwear I wore for
I can't even talk. No. There we go, it's my panties, I'll leave them on the side. So gua shas, that £3 gua sha is not actually a fad. They actually work as long as you're using it every day. So the idea is we've got pipe work all over our body and all over our face, which removes the water around everywhere.
Yeah.
What happens is a bit like drainage, sometimes that pipe work gets blocked. When it gets blocked, you get fluid retention in front of it. So everything builds up and then releases.
You should see my cankles. I lie with my legs in the air for 10 minutes every morning. I mix it in with meditating, obviously.
So I think you probably need to use your gua sha on your cankles as well.
Is that what, really?
It'll be a thing, absolutely. So the idea is, what that does is it plugs that pipe work.
Right.
So it just unblocks it and the water starts moving again. Because it starts moving, you get less fluid retention, everything just looks a bit sculpted.
What sort of thing blocks those pipes?
Smoking.
For fuck's sake, why does everything lead back to smoking? So annoying.
So yeah, things like smoking, sugar, salt, all the bad things that we generally know about are things that are going to clog things up and reduce how quickly things are moving. Now, because that's getting blocked, you're unblocking it, so you will look snatched, your under eyes will look less puffy, your cheekbones will pop out. So especially before an event, if we're going to the NTAs in a couple of weeks. So just before that, if you do a load of that, lift it up, everything will look smooth and sculpted. So yes, it does work temporarily.
But it's a maintenance thing.
Consistency is key.
Consistency. And what is the benefit of having it in the freezer?
So when it's colder, it helps to improve the drainage, and it also feels a lot nicer. So what I normally do if I'm using something like that, I'll put a load of hyaluronic acid on, which is just like really hydrating. I'll have that in the fridge. I'll take it out of the fridge in the morning and then use it all around the face. And you've got to use it actually in the right way, because that pipe work has got specific places that it goes. So pipe work isn't just all over the place. It's got a specific root, exactly. So the root, for example, from the under eyes goes from the under eyes to the ear, down to the lobe, and then down to the neck. If you've seen Kendall Jenner, she did a little demonstration.
People went wild over that.
And she did do a perfect demonstration, actually, where she moved it from her under eye to her ear and then down. We could show it.
Okay.
Right, so what you do, you just spray a load of hyaluronic acid on your face, a serum, wherever you like. And then this is how you use this one. So I'll
be honest, it looks like a Kegel egg.
It does look like a Kegel egg. Do you sell those?
No.
No.
Did you sit on them? No. Anyway, back to it. Oh, you hold it that way. I was using the bulbous. Bulbous is not a word.
So you can use that bit down here, but this is how I'd use it under the eye, is really get into those crevices. So for those listening, quite firm. I'm pushing quite hard. It's a little bit uncomfortable, if anything. So I'm using it right under my eye, moving it up underneath my eye to the corner of my eye, to the tragus of my ear, which is the middle of the ear, down to the earlobe, behind the ear, and then down the neck. And that's exactly where that pipe work goes.
And how long would one need to do this for?
Like a couple of minutes, if that. Just a couple of times, 3 or 4 times there. So that's the under eye one.
I'm going to do it, but this sounds so lazy. It's a lot of maintenance, all this stuff, isn't it? First, you take your thong off, and then you put that on your face.
Thong off, you do this. You've got your 10-step skincare routine.
Oh, my God.
You've got to fit in about 5 fags in between that as well.
That is true, and 3 coffees.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Just quick while we're on the coffee thing.
Yes.
How bad is coffee for your skin? Or is it...
It's quite bad because it's really dehydrating. It really dehydrates stuff. So when you're dehydrated, your skin is a lot drier. But it is bad. But I'm going to be honest.
Walking on the streets of London's bad for you, I would think.
True. Breathing is bad for you in London.
Speaking of which.
As she has a sip of coffee. So the one under the cheekbone, so what you want to do is always go upwards with these things.
Yeah.
You never want to drag things down. You don't want to make things saggy. So you always want to lift. So for example, you go where the bone is. So I go right under the cheekbone. So I go by the nose, under the cheekbone, and then up, and really feel it under that cheekbone, and then go up to the ear, down the earlobe, down the neck. And that, if you do that, do one side for a couple of minutes, have a look in the mirror, you will see a massive difference.
What is it about overworking those muscles? Does it loosen them? Because there was chat about this a while ago that actually it wasn't that good for you to be doing all of that.
It's not about loosening them, it's how much improvement is it actually making.
Fine.
So with those kind of things, it needs to be consistent. So if it works by lymphatic drainage, that's all it is. It's a massage to drain and lift things by doing exactly what I've just done.
Because that's the other thing. So what would be the equivalent of what someone would pay to go and have that done? Because you could do it at home for free.
So we have this £3 one from Aldi, or I think it's about £150 at the moment for a 45-minute session of a lymphatic drainage
It's
massage,
mad, isn't it?
Which is crazy. So if you know what you're doing, or you just need to watch a YouTube video. It will show you exactly what to do. You watch Kendall Jenner's little video on Vogue, and that will show you exactly what to do. And with that, you can really do a lot of drainage, and you will look more sculpted.
Is there anything one can take that helps with like lymphatic drainage, bloated, water retention kind of thing? Because I actually suffer with it really badly, and I put a post up the other day because I get endomology for my legs, and then I do on occasion before an event get a full body Brazilian lymphatic massage, which I really like. People were going wild thinking I was having treatments done. I was like, listen, this is once in a while, but I find it massively helps.
It will do, because it's draining that excess water, but also what you want to be doing with that, the best thing to take are electrolytes, because then that balances where the water is, whether it's outside of the skin, inside of the skin, where where it's holding it. So if you take the electrolytes, you're more likely to have all that nutrient in your blood vessels rather than outside into your skin, and that's where it gets puffy. So taking electrolytes are really going to help.
I would like to get into K-beauty, Korean beauty. I wasn't aware that K-beauty meant Korean beauty because I'm a fucking moron.
Well, there we are.
And I have now, since realising that, seen it everywhere on Instagram. Why is it so big?
Korean beauty has been big for a while, but it's only just got the recognition it needs in the UK.
Right.
So the Koreans are absolute forefront for any of these things. And that's just because culturally in Korea, the men, the women, everyone is on skincare because they really take pride in their skin and how they look. Their appearance is huge in Korea, which means the companies that make all these products, there's thousands of them there. They're all competing with each other to make the best ingredients, which means so much money has gone onto this where their products are the best of the best. The government actually invests in those companies and as well. They pay them to become the best because they want to export all that stuff. So they get grants to make the best of the best, which means the products that they have are far superior to the ones that we have here at the moment. So that's why if you go to Korea, that's why everyone's going to Korea to have all these treatments as well, to stock up on all these things.
Yeah, what are all the treatments? Because actually here, I got a DM from someone, I think it was like a Korean head massage, facial, just something. I mean, it looked fucking phenomenal. I was like, that looks like heaven.
And again, things like that, they are the forefront of where you can get these like head spas where they scan your scalp, see what's going on there, clean the scalp. Just because they're completely at the forefront where they've just invested so much money into it that they have the best of the best. So then now when you're going into Boots and Space NK, all these places, there will be whole sections of Korean beauty and their stuff is very, very, very good.
Yeah, because we were looking at it.
We were looking at it.
For anyone interested, Mo and I actually went to Space NK and did like a roundup of like different brands and stuff.
We took one of everything, didn't we?
Was it them who started the whole 7-hour sheet mask?
So they are massive on sheet masks. Their sheet masks are incredible because they'll have sheet masks with exosome in it. They'll have the salmon sperm sheet mask. They've got the collagen sheet mask. They are the ones that created all these things.
Brands?
Where it's all made. That's where most of the brands here also having it made is in Korea and then repackaging it and bringing it over
I want to
here.
get one of those sheet masks then.
They are incredible. We got some when we were at Space NK.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
We did. You got the micro needling one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Bloody hell. What's a big good brand?
So the ones that I quite like are, there's a company called Skin Cupid, which we're not promoted by the way, which they don't pay for ads. But Skin Cupid are a fantastic company. They bring all the stuff over from Korea. And actually, if you go and see the packaging of them, a lot of them will be written in Korean at the back. That's like how authentic Korean it is. It's literally shipped over from there. And they will make your cleansers. They will make your vitamin C's. They make your hyaluronic acids. They make retinols. You name it, they have it. But their quality and the way that they are made are just far superior to a lot of the other things that we have available here.
So interesting.
Unless you're doing then medical grade skincare, where it's like prescription level stuff, which is very different.
What's the fine line between that? So say two brands. Okay, so Dermalogica, that's medical.
Yeah. No.
No.
So when I say medical, most of the stuff that you can go out and buy, I would say they're cosmetic, right?
Yeah.
So there's stuff you can buy off the shelf. They're made, they're quite nice. Some of them are better than others. And then there's what I would call medical or prescription level stuff where you won't find it in any of the shops. You have to go see someone who would say, right, I'm going to put you on this product. And some of those companies make that prescription level side. So for example, one very obvious one is Obagi. Obagi make a cosmetic line where you can buy it without seeing anyone. Or they also make the prescription level side, where they're much, much stronger. You get downtime and we're treating problems like pigmentation, like acne. And they're very strong and they do work, but you have to be monitored by someone when you're putting those stuff on.
Like retinols, can you get medical retinol?
Yes, so that's called tretinoin. So tretinoin is a prescription level retinol. And it is incredible.
Yeah.
But it's not for everyone.
Yeah. So you know how like after one gets Botox or filler, it says don't use a retinol. Is that a medical retinol or is that a retinol in
Any
general?
retinol.
Any retinol. What?
For at least a day or two.
Okay. And obviously don't go into sunbeds.
Or smoke.
Ever.
Or drink coffee.
Oh, for fuck's sake, let's have a fag. I'm joking.
As we stop for a fag break.
Do you think there will ever come a time where someone will create something that will actually do the same job as something like Botox?
I can't see it happening. But you never know. You have no idea what's out there. That things are being discovered all the time. There are brands, and there are people who create stuff who say are equivalent to Botox. It's not. It's impossible. Nothing ever will be that I can see at the moment. But never say never.
What do you think the closest non-surgical thing to Botox could be?
Most important thing is going to be retinol.
Retinol.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm waiting to do that, but I'm just not great with my SPF. It's not a product I reach for.
But you have got some retinol in your skincare program that we made for you. We've got you some retinol, actually, which is quite strong retinol. We've started you very weak because...
Sorry, this is different to retinol and retinol. How do you keep up with all this crap?
It's
honestly,
impossible. It is impossible.
Long are the days of the simple face wipes, isn't it? God.
So there's retinol, there's retinol, and there's tretinoin. So tretinoin is the prescription one. Retinol is the weakest version. Retinol is in between, which is the one you're holding up.
Right.
So we're starting you on a really weak one because I can't trust that you will use it every day, and I can't trust that you'll be using SPF every day. And we're going to slowly build you up. As you get used to it and I can trust you, then I can put you on
3 times a week? How often are we thinking?
I would start that initially 2 to 3 times a week at night only.
Nothing on top?
Nothing on top, ideally. Some people do like to put a little moisturizer on top because it can dry you out a little bit, which is fine. You can put a little more.
And anything underneath?
Ideally not. So all you want to do is cleanse, tone. So the toner will remove dead skin cells, and then put that retinol on. You've got a retinol for your face, and you'll have a different one for your eyes. Most products, the stuff that you're putting on your face, you can probably put on your eyes, you'll be absolutely fine. This, I wouldn't, because it's quite strong product, so I would use the eye one, which is slightly less strong.
Okay. I'm such a fucking pussy. Listen, wave a needle around my face, I'm fine
Absolutely
with it.
fine.
A cream, I might wake up with acne. It's pathetic, isn't it?
And you can do if you use the wrong things.
Don't tell me that now.
Not
this is a
one,
film podcast. I can't roll in. I'm joking.
Yeah, next episode you'll be full of spots everywhere.
I'll be wearing that bloody sheet mask thing.
So if you start on a low one like that, you'll be absolutely fine because your skin will be able to take it. What happens is it gets bad press because people just want to start something and see a difference. So they start just buying any old rubbish off the shelves, which are usually too strong and too harsh and got too many chemicals in it, and it will make you break out.
Yeah.
But if you start with a good quality one, like the one you've got there, that will not happen. You'll be absolutely fine.
It is a minefield, isn't it? Like to keep up with what you're meant to do with your skin, because there's something different every other day. Like, and there's so many different products. This is where I think I get confused, and I'll stick to what does it stick to what you know kind of thing. Like I literally use the same thing all the time.
The problem is,
change it up.
You are given too much option, right? Everyone's got an opinion. You're watching reels and TikToks online where everyone's telling you something different.
Do you know what I know?
Everyone's an expert.
I got sucked into something. I got absolutely Instagrammed by some fucker. Castor oil. Would you like to know what happened? I then purchased some castor oil off Amazon along with belly button plasters. And I rubbed it into my belly button, stuck the plaster on. I've now still got the plaster on my fucking butt.
What were you trying to achieve?
Well, apparently it de-bloats you. I feel more bloated now. So that didn't work, obviously. Is that a thing?
First of all, what is a belly button plaster?
It's rather odd. It's sort of like a flower shape. Oh, listen, I don't know how. I actually got sucked into it. Coming from an influencer herself, not that I can call myself that, but really, I got sucked into it by someone else. Apparently,
but when you ripped it off, did all the oil just come pouring out?
No, I think it went in.
So you're just full of castor oil now?
Yeah, basically. Nice. Great.
Fry you.
Full of more crap. No, but I got, this is the thing. I'm not being an idiot when I say, has no one else seen this? It was a thing. It's
that
like
hasn't made it to my FYP yet.
Well, I've got weird things on my For You page, to be honest with you. But no, that was one of them. And you see all these girls, along with their morning shed, taking off countless hair masks and face masks, ripping off a plaster of their belly button.
And then you're taking off your little mouth.
Yeah, all of that. Do people go to bed like that with gentlemen friends in there? I think they'd have a heart attack if I got into bed looking like that. I mean, my ex nearly shat himself when I wore my LED mask. Looked like Darth Vader coming in.
Did he leave the bedroom?
Yeah, no, he made me wear it. No, it is a bit odd. I recently got sent, the LED helmet.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really never getting laid, by the way. If you should see what I look like at night. That with a fag.
I want to see your bedside table.
Oh, it's a lot. And then you got my Mojo.
What's in that drawer now? Yeah, you got
everything.
Jomo, you got all.
All my electricals, actually, yeah, that's true. Vibrators and face masks. What a way to live. But yeah, the LED infrared. Oh yeah, I've also got into doing infrared saunas. Or
Yeah.
not infrared. I do the 111 cryo one, the thermotherapy.
Yeah, nice.
Half an
Where
hour.
you're going really cold?
No, I do both, the cryo and the thermo. So
Oh,
thermo,
nice.
you do half an hour. Listen, it sounds like I've got time on my hands. I actually send emails while I'm doing this. But for half an hour, you do that. Apparently, it's quite good for you.
It's probably just going to improve your circulation. So.
Oh,
it's
so
not
I
gonna
do
do
actually need that with my hoofs.
You definitely need with your cankles.
Oh, thanks.
Were your cankles getting better after it?
Yeah, they do. They have. I don't know why it's so bad. To be honest, it probably is fucking smoking. I've had it like really badly for years, to the point once I barely could walk because my puffy little feet.
I mean, have you seen someone about that?
Yeah. Do you know what they said? Lie on your back for 10 minutes with your legs in the air. So I do that every night. No, I'm joking. I didn't say that. But I mean, they actually said that's all you can really do.
Oh, fine.
And lymphatic, whatever it is.
drainage.
You should see the fuckers when I get off a flight. It's absolutely
imagine,
terrifying.
massive.
My sisters can't wait for me to get pregnant just to see the size of them.
You'll be huge. You're like an elephant.
Okay. And now quickly SPFs, because where I also get confused, I'm a bit thick, if no one has realised. Everything seems to have SPF in it, but then it turns out that maybe that's not SPF. So like makeup, it says on there that it's got something, like how helpful or beneficial is the SPF in that makeup, or should one really be wearing a whole separate SPF?
So you've got to be really, really careful with that. So some makeup has SPF in it, but the amount of SPF in there is not enough to protect you. You probably need to use the whole bottle of the foundation to get enough protection from that SPF.
See, this is where it's not right, is it?
It's not right. So you've fallen for that trap. So it's really, really important that you use an SPF on its own before you put your makeup on. Especially now you're going to start using retinol.
Yeah.
You have to protect your skin. Otherwise, your skin will get worse. You will get pigmentation because your skin becomes a little bit more sensitive to the sun. Because the thing that's going to aid you the most, apart from all the environmental factors, is the sun. Sun damage is the most aging thing. So if you protect your skin, we're going to stay younger for longer.
This is where we're sort of lucky to be British, really, isn't it? Because we're now going into 8 months of pissing rain.
That is true to an extent. But what people don't realise, even like today, it's a little bit cloudy, that kind of sun ray will also damage your skin. So what I always say to people, SPF will be in the sun, thunder, rain, cloud. You're wearing it every day like a moisturizer. So it's not just
Not just when you're putting on your retinol.
Exactly.
Okay.
But then we did have a look at a few, because most people don't like SPFs, right? Because
I think it's
corky, it's not nice on the skin.
And then when you put your makeup on top, this is the other problem as well. Yeah. I never know how many layers of shite I'm putting on. And then when you put your foundation on, I sort of am peeling.
Everything's crusting off. So with that, what's actually a really good trick is have a look at your makeup and have a look at your SPF and make sure it's the same sort of consistency. So if you've got a water-based makeup, make sure you get a water-based SPF. If you've got an oil-based, use an oil-based. Because if you mix water and oil, it's going to separate on your skin. So try and find something that actually harmonizes and works together. And you can get some of those tinted moisturizers, like the Super Goop one that we tried in Space NK. Really nice. And what was really nice about that is they had a variety of shades, very light to extremely dark. Yeah. And you were sort of mahogany colour, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, I had been on a sunbed. Costadel Fulham, in case anyone was wondering. Oh, niche, we haven't spoken about this bizarre foundation stick that's not that I actually have seen it, but my housemate purchased it. Goes on its one colour, and I think everyone uses the same one, and then it transforms. Have you seen this? We might have to do that next time.
Science is mad.
No, it's out of control. Really, me being thick, what is it that if something says it's got SPF in it, what are you looking for on the back of the packet that says it's actually not SPF? Or how does one know?
That is a great question. So what you want to look at is make sure it's got UVA and UVB protection.
Got you.
See how much it says you need to put on, because most of the packaging at the back will tell you how much to put on. For example, if you have a look at the fine print for the stuff that's not as good, it will tell you put tons of it on. Whereas the ones that are not, it will tell you to put like enough that covers one finger or two fingers generally for face and neck. So how much of it you're using, UVA and UVB protection.
Okay.
Ideally, what you want to be using is a minimum SPF 30. The higher the better, but SPF 30 I can deal with.
How long does that actually last?
So generally, if it's like sunny, you're out and about actually in the sun in the summer, technically you should be applying every 2 hours, which it's not that feasible, really, I would say, for most people. So what you would
God,
do...
if you're looking to make some money, I'd get on the SPF train, everyone.
Absolutely. But what I think people then end up doing is put it on, put your makeup on, and then just be sensible. Like hats, staying out of the sun, not sitting there cooking yourself. If you are sitting there and cooking yourself in the sun, you should be applying it every 2 hours. But otherwise, once a day with a good quality SPF is enough. Otherwise, who's got time to be applying it every 2 hours?
No one. I don't barely have time to put that rock on my face. Honestly, do you know what I mean? Like my morning routine's turning into a nightmare.
It does get ridiculous.
But this is what I mean. Like, where does one draw the line? Because I would actually like to know if there's anyone out there how long they actually spend. I'd love to know what the average time is that people genuinely spend getting ready. I used to leave myself 2 hours to put my makeup on. It takes me 10 fucking minutes.
What are you doing different now to what you were doing before? Do you look any different?
Don't wear foundation. And I think when I used to do Made in Chelsea, I'd be so particular about my skin and everything. Whereas now I prefer less is more.
But then were you wearing a load of makeup when you were doing it? Like, were you having your makeup done?
No, honestly, there's one clip and I thought, I've got more lashes stuck to my face than I had hairs on my head. It was something else. And it was a first date.
I mean,
but no, I really don't. Not that I'm not a huge makeup person. I just like the more natural feel and look. Yeah. I feel claustrophobic wearing my Invisalign, if I'm totally honest. So you know when you've got skincare, I prefer to feel my skincare than my foundation.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I hate when it feels all sort of dry and whatever. So I like a good, like my favorite moisturizer is that Tatcha or that Naturium. Yes. I never know if I say it right. That, and then I actually mix a bit, and then I use the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Stick.
And is that all you use day to day?
And then a bit of powder.
Done.
And then it's quick and easy. I can't believe I used to fanny around with 25 different eyeshadows. I also didn't make a world of difference. I looked worse.
This is the thing, right? Less is more.
Oh, this is another one I want to ask you about. Dermaplaning.
Yes.
Is it true one's face comes back slightly furrier after they've done it? Or what's the deal? Because I'll be honest, I do use one of those. I do it myself. I don't go somewhere to have it done. Yeah. But on occasion too. That makes it sound like I've got sideburns. I don't have fucking sideburns. It's
just that tiny bit of fluff on the skin. So what you'll find after you've done that is your skin will feel lovely. It will be glowing. So your makeup and your skincare will absorb a lot better. But there is rumours going on, I think Molly May started it, where the hairs come back coarser. They don't actually come back coarser. They come back the same thickness. But because you've cut it bluntly, the hairs generally, when they're growing, come out like a needle sort of shape.
Right.
So the end is a lot thinner. But when you cut it harshly, it's a straight at the end. So it does feel a little bit thicker than it actually is. Okay. So you will not look like a bearded lady, but if you feel it, sometimes it can come back and feel like it is sharper. And again, with that, you want consistency with it. So if you're dermaplaning all the time, which you probably will when you start to have it done, because
when we say all the time, how often are we talking?
Well, however your growth cycle is for your hair. So everyone's growth cycle is very different how quickly your hair comes back.
Well, 10 years it's taken to get to this fucking point.
I don't know, mine's been so quick. I've been going for a haircut once a week at the moment. I used to go once a month. And every time I go in, my mum was like, what is going
ridiculous.
on? Once a week. And honestly, it's fully back, especially my beard. It's because I've been using this new
We're going to do a whole episode on hair because it's the bane of my fucking life.
Once a week I'm going back. It's ridiculous. It's become the bane of my life. And I'm in that chair for an hour. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's so good.
What are you doing for this? This is all you get.
Yeah, but your growth is ridiculous.
I hope he doesn't watch this.
Okay, fine. So and it's fine to do it yourself.
Technically, I should say no. Like, if you're gentle with it and you know what you're doing, but you have got a blade to your skin, so you've got to make sure you don't cut yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not using the same blade over and over again.
Got to replace it every time.
Replace it every time because you don't want to, because you are making little scratches on your skin, that's going to be full of bacteria. You don't want to get bacteria into your skin and get breakouts.
It's a lot to know, isn't it?
There is a lot.
You could do a degree in this. Okay, let's do product of the week. What? Show and tell. Show me what you brought.
So we are going to do these product of the weeks every now and again, which are not ads. The companies are not involved in this. It's literally me and Liv who
talking
like
about
these products.
What we like.
So this is product of the week this week.
Yeah.
And of course it's Medicate because we love it. So this is the Medicate Crystal Retinol, which is what you've got as well to start using.
Does it come with that bedazzled lid?
No, that's just I'm special.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no one else has this. I'm special. I've got too much time on my hands, so I've bedazzled mine. No, someone vajazzled it for me. I did not vajazzle it myself. So yeah, this is product of the week. And the reason this is product of the week is because apart from SPF, this is probably the most important ingredient to be putting on our skin, because this will resurface the skin and make you produce collagen. It firms the skin up and it makes it look smooth and glowy over time.
Can I ask one quick
Of course
question?
you can.
If I was going to do the shave my face, do I do that and then do all of this? Yeah. Or
if you're shaving your face, I would take a day or two off from Retinol.
Got you. Okay.
So if you're doing anything exciting like shaving, plucking your
I
eyebrows.
don't call it shaving, okay? I'm not got my electric clippers out of my moustache.
Once you've shaved your full face with a razor, have a day off and then come back to a product like this.
Okay.
And the reason this is made product of the week compared to other retinols on the market is just because the way it's formulated, it's really gentle, so you don't really get breakouts with it. And the lovely thing is it's made on a ladder of strength from very, very weak to extremely strong. Okay. So anyone can start this. So even if you've got redness, if you've got sensitive skin, you start on a really, really low one. I think they do something called Crystal Retinol 1, which is very, very gentle. And then you slowly move up. As you move up the scale, you'll see more and more results. Okay. So that's the main reason, actually, it's product of the week, just because of the ladder of strength that they have is incredible.
When does one know how to get further up the ladder?
Fantastic question. So if you get a little bit of redness, a little bit of dryness from using retinol, then you reduce how often you use it, right? You bring it down to 2-3 times, and then you slowly go up until, if you can, get it to every single night. Once you get to every single night, you're not getting dryness, you're not getting redness, you're not getting flakiness, you move up to the next stage. And you stick on that until you become... Same thing happens. Your skin will become used to it every single time. And then you move up until you get to the highest level. Once you get to the highest level, then you can consider going on prescription level stuff, which is the tretinoin, which
When
is
does it end?
It doesn't. It's never ending. There's always something.
God.
You come with a problem, I'll have a solution.
I bet you will. Fucking hell. We'll be doing this for years. It is crazy, isn't it? Yeah. I would like one day just for there to be a little machine that you lie underneath and then we're all done. And you go in once a month and have it done like that. Because the problem is, I don't have the bathroom cupboard space for a lot of this stuff. But like, how is this to keep it simple for those people who probably don't have the budget / the time?
Yes.
Top 3 things
easy
to do in a routine, and that is it.
Vitamin C in the day, SPF in the day, Retinol at night.
Okay.
3 products, done.
So if you're like me and you
got no cupboard space, apparently.
Yeah, you must don't have a job.
When are you going to get a fridge in your...
Yeah, that's a new thing, by the way. We're on fridges in your bathrooms to keep your products in.
I was intrigued. I'm into this.
I actually haven't got one in there.
But if you did, what would you put in there?
The eye masks.
Yeah.
Those I actually do keep in the fridge. You should see me in my housemate's fridge. It's full of sort of milk face masks and juices.
Wasn't there a resistance band as well in there?
Oh, yeah, we found some resistance bands in there. It's very, very strange behaviour. And I was about to say tool of the week, but that sounds a bit weird.
I like that. I think we should keep that. Tool of the week. Who's coming on as a guest?
And quick question, with things like Medicate,
yes.
If one is looking to do it and you aren't sure what to do, are brands quite helpful in telling you, like, where's the best?
Not all of them, no.
To get advice on skincare, like, because that's actually quite,
Yeah.
I would only know half the shit I do from actually speaking to you.
Because you leave me a voice note, yes.
Yeah, 3-minute long one. I record a podcast.
And I listen on time too. A brand like Medicate, actually, their website is actually very, very, very good. They will explain exactly how to use it, exactly what the ingredients are on there, how to layer it as well, because people don't know when to put it on. But some of the other brands know. But the golden rule with these things in terms of using it is use the thinnest consistency first
because I'll be honest,
to the thickest.
That confused me as well at one point. I was putting oil, then there was a cream. I didn't know what I was doing.
Thinnest to thickest. So you start with your cleansers, your toners, your like water-based serum-y stuff, and then you work up to your thicker creams. Okay. And the thickest one is generally then the SPF. That sits last.
And what's oil or you know how I showed you that Botox oil stuff?
You did.
Where would I put that puppy in line?
So you would do that after your toners and after your serums.
Oh, fine. Before the moisturizer. Because it's a little bit thicker. Jesus Christ! I could have a manual on this.
Maybe we should make a manual.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
A how-to for dummies.
The
Motox manual.
Love it.
Yeah, we should actually.
Let's do it.
Because that's the other big thing is the what do you call it? Decolletage.
Decolletage, that is this.
Because that's how Trini Woodall does the elevator, which I have been a massive fan of because my wrinkly fake bag Hermes chest is looking rather old.
So generally with these products, if you've got time, I would put it on your neck, Make sure to get it to the side of your ears. People really miss that as well. Your neck, décolletage, and then what's left over on your
Nipples.
hands.
Oh.
Nipples, maybe not. But hands for sure.
Yeah.
Anywhere the sun touches, you want to be putting these things on.
People who are driving, well, this is what my housemate said to me the other day. She did, not that I'm going to start wearing fucking gloves like a pervert driving my car, but that's not, by the way, biggest ick is people who put their gloves on at the petrol station. Just grow up and smell that diesel.
Is that still a thing?
Oh, I've seen a few.
But what's the reason?
Well, because they don't want to get petrol on their hands, pussies. Anyway, to be fair, I should probably be more conscious of that than when lighting up a ciggy. There goes my hand. Yeah, because driving with the sun on your hands.
So you'll see. So you'll be fine. You're not driving. Actually, no, you drive everywhere. For if like a taxi driver or someone like that, if you look at their hands, you'll probably find the right side will probably have a lot more sand damage than the left side of their hands. And there's loads of before and after pictures of that kind of thing. Or the right side of their face, because it's just by the window. And you'll see actually a huge difference from one side compared to another. I actually saw something on TikTok this morning with someone who works outside. They're a miner or something.
I saw that.
Did you see that this
morning? Oh my God, his
Yeah.
arms, and then compared to his legs. The legs of like a 17-year-old boy, and then the arms were like a 90-year-old.
But that's because he's wearing trousers when he's outside, and then his hands are so sun damaged. But then the thing with that is, if you read the comments, people are like, well, you need the sun and all of this. I'm like, yes, you do need the sun. But what happens with him was he had over sun exposure on his hands. So he's actually got sun damage, and he's got loads of marks, and it's lost lots of hydration. That the risk of skin cancer on his hands is massive compared to his legs. So yes, you do need a little bit of sun for sure, because we need it for vitamin D and just health and well-being, all that kind of stuff. But his was just excessive on his hands compared to his legs. His legs was, you're right,
smooth,
like a 12-year-old boy, and his hands were like 90-year-old.
What should one look out for with signs of skin cancer?
So the things you want to look for are moles are changing. They're getting bigger. They're not just nice and rounded. They've got like the edges are sort of like jagged edges. If they become raised, if you get marks on your skin that become flaky and bleed, those definitely need to be seen. And the other ones to look out for are like pearliness at the top of little marks on your face and your skin. If there's a little bit of pearliness, that can indicate some sort of like skin cancer. Most skin cancers are not dangerous, and they can be cut out and removed quite easily. It doesn't just spread everywhere like other skin cancers. But there are some that do. So melanomas, which are normally darker types, which change, and they're quite aggressive. And that's why moles are really, really important to check, because those are the ones that can turn into a melanoma, and that can spread into the rest of your body, and it can,
How
those can be
often
deadly.
should one go and get a sort of check?
I'd say, especially if you're a moly person, you definitely should be at least once a year. Someone needs to be using their little Damascope and just having a look over all these moles.
Giving me a full
What's
body.
a really, really good thing to do is take photos. Just take like full body photos of these moles, because then you can really see how they are changing. You can keep an eye on it as well yourself then. And if something's changing quickly, that's when you want to go see someone. These kind of things, if picked up early, will save your life.
Yeah. Can you get it on the NHS?
So what will happen on the NHS is you will go see your GP, and they will check the mole. If they're concerned, they will send you immediately to someone, a dermatologist, who will have a look at them. And usually there's no more than a 2-week wait to see someone and be treated, which is incredible. The service is fantastic for that.
Interesting. Tool of the week.
Tool of the week.
I want to see your tool.
It's sign up to our OnlyFans. And, you can see,
and YouTube's live.
So we're going to have a look at one of these products. So you'll see these all over socials. So we're going to review this product. This is an EMS device, which what it does is it stimulates your muscles.
Okay.
So, for example, Face Gym have their own EMS device. The one that we're looking at is called Sculptor by Dese Pro. They all do very similar things. This is just a very, very strong version of those devices.
How much are we looking at price-wise?
This one, I think, goes about 450 to 500 pounds.
Fucking hell.
They're not cheap.
But I was going to ask something. So a range of different brands could do these different ones.
Correct.
How do you know what's good and what's not? Because automatically you'd assume the more expensive one is the one that does the job. But you could get a sort of, like my cheapy Aldo Kegel leg, does the same as cunt. Oi, fart on my snatch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So sometimes just because they're more expensive doesn't mean they're better. This is a more premium one. So this one, for example, we use it in our facials. It is expensive. I don't expect people to go out and buy these ones. unless you really want to, you can. It is available. And so these are ones that we use in facials because they're more luxury, they're high end, they're really, really strong. But you can also get other ones. You can use a gua sha instead if your budget doesn't stretch to this, because it will do a similar sort of thing for the lymphatic drainage. So these have got two little metal heads on it, which feels really, really, really nice actually on your skin. So what you do, you use it on the cheekbone and you can feel it really pull everything up. So you can just use it like a gua sha initially without even turning the device on to make things lift. So if you want to try that on your face.
Get makeup all over it.
It's fine.
Do you ever get it when you stick a cotton bud in your ear and you feel like that?
That's exactly what it feels like.
We were in Space NK the other day and I had this bizarre urge to pick one of them up and do it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in public, I can't do that. You know when you get those
we're
weird
filming,
thoughts?
you can't do that.
Liv's cleaning her fucking ears. That's really low rent. Sorry. What is that feeling called? Is it called you feel lethargic when you do?
No, lethargic means tired, doesn't it?
No, but you know when you're a bit like sleepy.
It does hit the spot,
that feels really nice.
It does, doesn't it? So this just makes... It kind of does like the gua sha work for you without having you to think about it. These kind of tools. Now, what this tool also does, it turns on.
Thank God for £400.
So I hope it does something. So it vibrates.
Hello.
Which very on brand.
Very. Oh, you could sit on it. No, I'm checking. Okay.
And then what it does, what you do is it creates.
What's that? So I've said that word so many times. Although apparently it's Olivia Colman's favourite word. So.
Oh, there we go. Good enough for Olivia is good enough for us. So what we'll do in a second is it creates an electric stimulus. Okay, so between those two prongs, it creates a little circuit and makes your nerves stimulate, and it will feel a lift. So I won't ruin your makeup, but I'll do it on me, and I'll show you what it does to me. And if you use it in specific muscles, you will really see that lift. It's quite obvious.
Attach her off that.
So I'm going to just cover myself in some spray. This just helps for it to conduct. So without spray, it doesn't work. So
so I'm fucking around doing...
Yeah, you're doing nothing yet at the moment. But I don't want to ruin your makeup.
Oh, thanks. Neither do I. Took me 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, you just get it done again.
Yeah, no. I just can't be able to carry it around with me.
Enough. Right, so if you watch what this does to me now, could you see my eyebrows are raising? I am not doing anything. And it's just lifting my eyebrows there.
And you'll see you look slightly like you're having a stroke.
Yeah. See that? I do look like I'm having a stroke.
How much does it cost to come and get this sort of done?
So this will be as part of like a facial, just added on to a facial. That's what most people do. And facials range anywhere between, say, £50 to £150.
How often should one be having a facial? I ask this all the time, but
you ask me this every week.
Only because I've ever had one in my life, and I'm just trying to think, where do I squeeze the time in?
Once every 6 to 8 weeks will be
fine.
Yeah,
I just see some knobs, and they're probably jobless, who go and have facials every other day, and I'm like, are you joking? It's like getting your hair done.
This is my favourite part to do it. This is what we normally film. This is the best clip. So this, when you take it down across your chin, it pulls that muscle down.
You look like me after my wisdom teeth out. It does look relaxing. It is
relaxing. Sometimes a little bit uncomfortable in some areas, but it is relaxing. And again, what this does is it strengthens that muscle. And that kind of places you want to strengthen the muscles.
I've just had you weaken that muscle because...
I have had you. That's a great point.
I've had to... Well, I was pretty jawry. I had quite a strong chin muscle, which meant I was like this. Oh my God, I can't do it at all now.
Oh yeah, because I paralysed it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's the exact muscle I paralysed.
I had that
masseter.
Oh my God, thank God. I thought mastitis sounds a bit like a UTI. Is a UTI? No.
Mastitis, isn't that like...
Oh, mastitis, it's your nipples. I knew I got it wrong. Okay, right, no. I've been telling people my mastitis muscle.
Jesus.
Fuck, I'm thick.
No wonder I've had all those emails.
Where are you better off? Buying something like that or treating yourself once every 6 weeks to go and get it done somewhere?
I would treat yourself once every 6 weeks to having some sort of treatment, a facial, a lift.
What do you think is an acceptable amount that one should spend on beauty treatments a month?
So I don't think I'm the right person to ask that because I'm going to have a very skewed idea of this because I think everything is important. And I don't know how much the average person actually spends because...
But how much does the average person actually earn? That's the problem.
This is a great question. So to me, I would have thought the kind of people who come and see me is obviously a certain group of people will probably be spending, say, they come and see me every 3 months for Botox, which is around £300. They're buying all their skincare. They're probably spending about £100 a month on that.
Yeah.
That's already £400. They're spending money on their makeup. How much is makeup nowadays? Hundreds of pounds. So you're probably spending what, £500-600, like a quarter?
I didn't have £400 rolling around when I was younger. Are you joking?
But then I suppose that's the £400 a month. That's including your wax, your lashes, your nails. Like, it is a maintenance.
Yeah, it is. This is what I mean. I used to. Fortunately, when I was on Chelsea, a lot of places are really sweet and they do gift things like nails.
Yeah.
If I wasn't on TV, I wouldn't have bothered getting my nails
of
done all
course
the
not.
time. Like my hair. I haven't had my hair done purely because I'm trying to get the fucking thing to grow. If I'm not burning it off with cigarettes, I wouldn't get it. I don't get it done. Like I just don't. I find it's quite time consuming to be not high maintenance because I like being sort of, what's the word? I was about to say clean when I'm clean anyway. But like being high maintenance is a completely different thing. It's not hugely sustainable and affordable, is it?
No, that's the thing. And I don't know where that is going because everything is getting more and more expensive as well. Like skincare is not cheap. If you're going to get a really good skincare routine, morning to night, you're going to be spending at least £100 a month on it, minimum.
What age do you think one should actually start all this? Because it's
great
changing
question.
a lot, and also I actually do find it slightly concerning when you go on social media and you see like a 10-year-old doing their
which is
routine. I think it's wild.
A 10-year-old should just be out playing games, like just
Climbing a tree and eating
climbing
shit.
a tree, doing like rubbing your face in mud or something.
Yeah.
By the time you get to, I would say 30 is when you really want to be making sure that you have got a routine going. Like 25, 26 is probably a good time to be starting to invest and starting to learn about it. By the time you're 30, you should definitely be on some sort of routine ready for the next decade.
And that's me.
And that is you.
Right. Overrated treatments and products. What is flying around that you think is a load of shit?
Maybe I won't put it in those many words, but yes, there are so many things out there, and a load of them are overpriced and overhyped for what they are. And a lot of them will probably do what it says on the packet. For example, some of like the makeup brands, some of these influencers have got their own skincare brands and things that you put on your face, which sits beautifully. Before you put makeup on, it makes your skin glow. But it's just full of emollients. It's full of like cheap products in there that are not actually doing anything that it says in terms of anti-wrinkle or anything. But it will look lovely on your face. It's like putting a layer of Vaseline on your face and then put something on it. Yes, it will glow. Of course it will. Another one are like some of the La Mer products. They're like, when we went to Best & K, they were like hundreds of pounds for some of their products, which is so expensive and so unaffordable for most people. And apart from just hydrating your skin, they're probably not going to do too much more than that. So a lot of it is overhyped and over-marketed for what they actually are. So you really have to be careful when you're buying these things. Yes, they will look nice, they will feel lovely on your skin, but are they actually doing anything?
I think what's really hard, and this is what I get confused, if I love one product from one brand, you obviously then fall in love with the brand. So then you assume every single product they do is going to do the same thing.
Which isn't, because sometimes what they rely on is, okay, we've made this one good thing, now we can put a load of shit out that everyone else is going to buy. And you will, because you'll go buy everything from that range.
Yeah, I do have to say, Charlotte Tilbury makeup. That's all. I think Charlotte Tilbury's
That's your makeup.
It's my makeup, yeah. I think she does.
And some people, they're good at that, right? So they're good at their niche. She's fantastic at making makeup. Her makeup's incredible. But sometimes they go into like perfumes and then they start going into face creams.
Who is it? Someone else's. Oh, Victoria Beckham's just released a perfume.
I mean, yeah, we smelt it, didn't we? At Space NK. And but yeah, everyone's just getting involved in everything. And sometimes it might be nice just to stick to your niche.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, like lube and vibrators.
Yeah, done. That's your lane.
And actually, it took us a fucking long time to get that one product done. Let me tell you. And any more sort of salmon spermy type things that have come out that people are.
Yeah. So what happens is everyone always comes and asks me, what can I do for a quick fix to make things lifted? What laser can I have to make things look lifted? And you'll see loads of marketing around how these lasers, radio frequencies, this. Microneedling, all of this will cause things to lift. They do not. Nothing will cause a lift in the face. You can give the appearance of lifting by having these treatments, but nothing will actually lift. So that's something you also have to bear in mind with all these things is nothing is a quick, easy fix at all. If you want a quick, easy fix, it is surgery.
Listener questions. What have we got?
We have so many. We're probably not going to get through all of them because there were literally. I put a post up and we got hundreds. All right, let's have a look. So someone sent in this question saying, What do you think about polynucleotides and exosomes in terms of effectiveness and results? This is probably actually quite a good question for you because you had some polynucleotides under your eye.
Fucking painful, not worth it. I prefer Prilo. If I'm totally honest, I thought it was a waste of my time. Not a waste of time because I did one session and I don't know how many sessions one needs to do.
So ideally, if you want to see results, you have 2 to 3 sessions, you have it on a regular basis. But the reason you didn't see results is because you were trying to fix something that wasn't there, right? So you had it for like puffiness and darkness. But the reason your problem was you had filler underneath there from years and years ago. So when we took that out, that fixed it.
But now I find it odd when I look, because I used to have a lot in there. I don't need it at all, but that's why I prefer, my favourite thing is Profilo.
Yeah, Profilo is stunning because that just hydrates the skin and makes you produce loads of collagen, loads of elastin. So you're not a candidate for polynucleotides. Yeah. That's why you saw absolutely no difference. You went through the pain, you went through puffiness, you look ridiculous.
And when I say pain, I can fucking take it, let me tell you.
Yes, so polynucleotides, for those who don't know, are the salmon sperm injections. So the only thing they do is reduce little fine lines and wrinkles under the eyes. Those little minimal fine lines and wrinkles, they just soften them slightly. That's about it. If you want it to get rid of darkness, puffiness, it's not going to do that. So
what does one do if you do get, because some people naturally have quite dark circles and then obviously some people have bags under their eyes.
Really, really difficult to treat. But the most important thing is what you're doing at home. Vitamin C's and retinols, they're going to help to depigment and improve the quality of the skin. Microneedling is going to make you produce loads of collagen and elastin. And sometimes, in very rare cases, if it's really hollow, you put a little bit of filler there, it lifts it up, it looks brighter, it looks like you're wearing concealer.
Perfect.
Right, next question is best treatment for a sagging jawline. Apart from surgery is going to do the most. So if you want to go have a little Kris Jenner moment, get everything lifted, fantastic. In terms of...
I mean, the cheap option's going to M&S buying a cashmere polo neck, if I'm totally honest with you.
All that to cover things up. Yeah. But if you actually want to do a little something, you can. So kind of things you want to do are Profilo, because that's going to improve the quality of the skin, collagen, elastin, make things a bit healthier and more lifted. Otherwise, what we can actually do is help to mask it. Nothing will lift. No lasers, no machines will cause it to lift. But you can mask a little bit of jowling by putting a little bit of filler in front and behind it to make it look appear less dropped down. So that's probably the best treatment, is a tiny bit of filler in the right person. Right. So this is actually one I get all the time. It always says, I want tweakments, but scared of the side effects.
I've never personally experienced side effects, so I don't know. I mean, not with you, I haven't. I had with someone else a while ago. And my mother asked me what happened. I lied to her. I said I fell on my sunglasses. What a load of shit, she must have thought. And then I got pissed and
Did
told
she
her.
believe it? She knows.
Well, no, give me, honestly, I used to have a drink and tell everyone anything. The worst person to keep secrets. But no, other than bruising, what?
So you will get some bruising, you'll get some swelling, but some of the side effects I'm assuming she's alluding to are more serious ones, including blindness and skin death. So what can happen is with some of these products, you can block some of the blood vessels that are in your face, which can then block oxygen to the eye, to the skin, and it can cause it to die and fall off. Now, if you go to someone who's trained, who knows what they're doing, that's unlikely to happen. If you're going to a back street somewhere, you're more likely for that to happen.
And quick question, when one is hormonal, which I seem to be all the fucking time, or if you're on your period, it's a lot more painful, isn't it?
Yes. Your hormones, they really dictate how you feel things. You probably find even have your eyebrows threaded is more painful when you're near the time of the month. So if you're near the time of the month, I'd probably avoid having injections wherever you can. Are you more likely
to bruise as well?
You are more likely to bruise, and it will be more painful for sure.
Also, obviously, don't drink alcohol after you've had it done.
Ideally not. But what normally happens is someone comes to see me and they're going out for piss up straight after. But here we are. So how often should you get microneedling? Great questions. It comes back to the facial. So microneedling, if we're trying to treat like acne scarring, initially you'd have that quite a lot. I probably like to see you once every 2 weeks, about 6 times.
Yeah.
After that, once every 6 to 8 weeks.
How much does one session cost, microneedling?
About £150.
Okay.
HIFU, what are the risks and is it worth it?
I had HIFU.
You did have HIFU?
I did.
What did you think?
I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
And I had it. I think mine did help. It was under here.
Yeah, so HIFU is radio frequency, so it just causes the muscles to really heat up underneath there, and it helps to tighten them. Some people, I think you're quite hard. Some people, it they do find it a little bit uncomfortable because it just really heats really high. So is it worth it? Yes, if you've got a little bit of sagginess and not expecting miracles. Again, it will do a little subtle lift and tighten up the area slightly. Not a life-changing treatment, but it will cause things to look a little bit more defined.
Yeah,
but
I think
nothing
I
life-changing.
noticed that it just was hit. This bit was more defined, but I mean, I still, yeah.
There you go. Can you have skin boosters around your eyes to help with crow's feet?
Yes.
Crow's feet is more Botox that will help relax the muscle and reduce how much it creases, and everything just looks a little bit smoother and a little bit fresher. And it can be done supernaturally. If you have too much Botox in the area, you will look startled. You will look ridiculous. Everyone knows the
expression
look.
Of the week.
You all know exactly what that means.
Like my downward smile.
Your downward smile.
I can't do it anymore. That was I told you about that one when I used to get pissed. I would develop this horrible downward. I can't do it because I have Botox now. This downward frown. It was horrific.
And that's actually one of my favourite treatments in the last month. I've been doing it on everyone, this downward smile.
I didn't know I mean, I wasn't aware of it until I went to the dentist, and he said the problem is the reason your lower teeth are so obvious is because that pretty punchy muscle of yours there.
Yeah, so there's a little triangle muscle in the corner, triangle muscle in the corner of your mouth, which pulls things down and gives you a downtown smile.
Yeah.
So by putting a little bit of Botox in there, it just gives it a little lift and makes it go upwards.
It was perfect. I started dribbling at the weekend when it kicked in.
Love
it.
I was
like,
hello. This one says, can we discuss pricing and what you can normally expect to pay for things like Botox? Which is great. So Botox, generally, most people are having 3 areas of Botox. You're having about 7, but...
That's including my mastitis muscle, if we can't call it that.
A Botox, generally, I'd say in central London, between like 3 to 350 is probably how much you're paying for it. If you're going to a back alley somewhere having it done, you're probably paying about £100 for it. But you're probably being injected with God knows what. So please don't do that. Right. I've lost 10 stone in weight and my cheeks have become hollow. What do I do?
Well done for losing 10 stone, my God.
That's fantastic. So if you lose a load of weight, you're going to lose fat everywhere. 2 of the biggest areas you have fats. Front of the cheekbone here. So as that sinks back, everything starts to sag down. So all you want to do is replace that. So either you can have fat replaced back into that area, so you get fat taken from somewhere else and put in that area, which works really nice and really, really long term. 2 is filler, a tiny bit of filler into that area. Then you can lift it back up, but you just have to be careful. We have to do it very, very slowly. You have a tiny bit, you wait, you have a little bit more. The slower you'll do it, you'll never look like you've had it done. And all we're trying to do is replace where you've lost natural fat. Because in this area, we want that fat. Yeah. Because that's what keeps you youthful and looking lifted.
That's the Ozempic face. What looks more natural, fat transfer or filler?
It depends how it's done. If filler is done well and done slowly, it can look supernatural. Fat just lasts longer because once it's there, it's there.
Interesting.
But obviously that's surgical procedure. The fat transfer will be...
Of course it is. I kept thinking you could just stab a needle into your arse.
Yeah. I mean, you can go get that done in a back alley somewhere, but
let's not
please
advise
don't.
That.
The other place that people... I'm seeing actually loads in the last couple of weeks... your bottom is where you hold most of the fat. So when people are losing a lot of weight, especially when they're taking the GLP-1 medications, that really sags.
That was such a polite way of calling it a Zenpic. Yeah. My father thinks it's called Zenpic, and he keeps joking to people that he's on it. And I'm like, just don't say that to people. It's weird.
Please don't. So when you lose all that fat from your backside, everything really droops and the skin really drops down. I'm seeing loads and loads of that where people are concerned about that. And that's a really difficult area to treat. Ideally, when you're on these medications, when you're losing this kind of weight, you really need to be concentrating on building that muscle, doing your squats and whatever.
It's hard enough to grow an arse, let alone
I know,
fucking
I'm aware.
Lose one
I'm working on it. What else have we got here? Best treatment for enlarged pores. Enlarged pores are a nightmare to treat. So enlarged pores are because you're producing, lots of oils. And because you're producing lots of oils, those glands are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. So what you want to do is reduce how much oil you're using by washing them out. As you wash them out, those pores shrink. So you want to use like salicylic acid toner is probably one of the best things to be using because that melts the oils, washes it out, and things shrink.
I know we have spoken about this before, but what age really, and obviously it depends on what sort of skin type and what's happened in your life, age would you say you could start Botox?
A great question. There isn't really an age limit on it, but if we're doing it for aesthetic reasons, you want to wait until the lines are visible and they're a little bit more embedded in your skin before you start having it done. Before that, you just don't need it really.
Yeah.
And that is so different for everyone. Generally, it's like near your end of your 20s into your 30s is probably like a sensible time to have it like as a preventative when the lines are just starting to stick into your skin. There is a lot of pressure because everyone seems to be having it done from a young age. You'll see from all the reality stars, everyone from all these shows.
Because of bloody social media and filters.
It really is, because everyone wants to look like their filter, which I understand because it does make you look better and does make you feel more confident. But younger girls are having it done because their makeup sits a bit nicer on their skin because it doesn't get creased up by the muscles moving all the time. But if you want to do it for preventative, you want to do it sensibly, kind of like the end of your 20s into your 30s is probably the best time to start. The later, the better. There's no rush.
Yeah. No, I just suddenly had a thought. It's so interesting how there was uproar recently because I think was it Elle Macpherson was photographed and you could see her hair extensions, and she was obviously notoriously known for having amazing hair. But it's so odd, isn't it, how people's like you look at one thing and you think, my God, how have they got all this natural stuff? It's fucking bullshit.
No one's natural.
Well, I think Khloe Kardashian started, didn't she, saying her what she had done.
Yes, but, and then she made all her sisters slowly came out telling us, had given us the truth.
Oh,
and
really?
now everyone is being a lot more open about these things for sure, which is a good thing because I think it sets standard like, this isn't just me, this is how I look like. But it's also can be quite negative because then it puts pressure on people to be like, okay, if I want to look that good, I have to go and see someone and be having all these trimmers done. It's a fine line.
Yeah, fine line that you could get filled with filler. Where I don't agree with it is celebrities promoting certain products, saying that it does one thing when they are not revealing that actually they've had a full fucking facelift.
Yeah, that is the annoying part because I see that all the time.
I see it with the hair extension things, and because of my hair situation years ago, it used to wind me up so much. All these girls promoting hair growth shampoo while they've got fucking 10,000 hair extensions plugged in, and I was like, it's just a load of shit.
It is a load of shit.
So next time that we've got Mo on, something fucking fascinating's happening. The first test that hopefully I'll ever pass. I am going to be legally allowed to inject you with Botox.
Yes, exciting.
That is absolutely fucking terrifying.
So I'm going to legally train you, legally get you insured, and you'll legally be allowed to inject the general public.
And the entire
but you're obviously not going to do it.
Parts are getting done on my sofas. Harry, you're
exciting.
up.
Yeah, we're just looking for a load of models. If you want to sign up, no, I'm joking. We're not.
Anyone, oh my God, even I'm nervous. I've got clammy hands thinking about it. This is so mental. I hope this proves a point though to people that like, you should be, what is the one warning sign a customer should look out for when getting something done that seems like a red flag?
If it's too cheap, it's too good to be true. Because it's just, these products are not cheap. They're really expensive to buy, let alone plug in.
This has been another great episode. I'm going to go home and put my Retinol all over my face. That sounds weird. Thank you so much, Dr. Motox.